What's up, everyone? My name's Plume. I'm a traditional artist, and my opinion might surprise you. I never would have thought I'd have to defend such a popular app, but here we are. Now, before I jump into what is wrong with Pinterest, I would like to clarify that I am absolutely obsessed with this app. Despite all the cons I'll be mentioning here, I'll still be an active user on there. But while looking deeper into this topic, I have heard a few alternatives you can use if you really don't like it. Here you go. Yep, you got it? Good. Personally, I don't think these apps compare. They don't provide the right kind of references I need for my art. But they kept popping up in others' recommendations, so they might have some kind of charm to it that I'm not seeing. This video will go over the problems most artists face when trying to draw. I've heard that Pinterest is full of fake cooking recipes and fake crochet patterns and all that, but those problems don't affect me when I use this app in the slightest, so they will not be mentioned. Without further ado, let's talk this through. I honestly didn't realize this was such a problem until I heard of the overwhelming amount of people complaining about it. Don't get me wrong, I do get the occasional ad here and there, but it's never gotten to the point of ridiculousness nor to the point where I'd consider it straight up unusable. However, I have seen people show screen-recorded proof that this is a legitimate problem they're facing, so I felt it was worth mentioning here. Now, I've only seen one study and one video saying this, but apparently, ads are more likely to be shown to long-term users rather than new ones. This study claims that a new user's home feed is basically no ads, and that a long-term user's home feed is 50% ads and AI. This doesn't make any sense because I've been on Pinterest for at least 3 years now, and the amount of ads I see is pretty fair if I do say so myself. This contrast between what people claim and what I see on my own account is very disorienting and makes me question how true these claims really are. In short, I don't mind the ads at all. In fact, I'm thankful that they're just sitting there blending in with the rest of the pins quietly, rather than having an annoying banner at the bottom of the screen or those forced video ads that interrupt you for a whole minute or so. Back when I first discovered the app, I thought reposting other people's art was totally normal. That this app was meant to share the cool things you found on other platforms. But after a while I realized, oh, that's stealing. I do believe there's a spectrum on how bad this problem is though. On one end, you're reposting art and claiming it's yours. On the other end, you're reposting art without permission, but still giving the proper credit. Pinterest is my everything app. I use it for inspiration, fan art, and most importantly, references. If I ever want to do a more anime style, then I can easily search it up and find it. I honestly don't bother looking up who made the art, and when I do, then yeah, it does bum me out if I can't find who made it. But either way, I don't go on Pinterest looking for artists. I just want to see their art, and I don't really care how. I don't follow any specific person unless they draw the things I'm interested in, like if they were in the same fandom as me, or if they're just relatable and funny. But that's about it. However, for the people who do get triggered by these thieves, let's say I do care to learn who drew the art piece. I'd hate it if someone stole my art and claimed it was theirs. I, like everyone else, wants the recognition they so rightfully deserve. However, I'd be flattered if someone reposted my art or did anything else with it for that matter, as long as it credits me and wasn't being used to make fun of me. If I post anything on the internet, it's because I want people to see it. And if I was popular enough for people to show my art throughout platforms I'm not even on, that would make me extremely happy. I already made a video on how I feel about AI, basically saying AI isn't that big of a deal since people will always look for authenticity. But I do not want AI in my pins. Like I said earlier, I use Pinterest for references, specifically to learn from them. I don't want to inspire to something I can't achieve or study AI art. For one, AI art still isn't as good as the real thing. And two, it's way more inspiring to see something that actually took some effort to make and something someone actually learned to do themselves. Thankfully though, this isn't too big of a problem for me either. AI is rarely shown to me because I make sure to avoid it as much as possible. I'm sure Pinterest knows the difference between what is AI and what is not. And as everyone knows, one of the app's best features is learning what things you like to see, and it shows you more of it based on what you've interacted with. My solution to this problem is simple. If you don't like it, scroll away. I know it sounds a little simplistic, but it's because it is. I don't know why my experience with this app differs so much from everyone else, but none of these problems are big enough for me to ever want to leave this app, let alone call it unusable. I live, laugh, love, and breathe this app every hour of the day, and it's a shame to hear so many people giving this app such a bad reputation. But what do you think? Surely I'm not the only one who's having a good time with this app, right?